Hello, and look at this lovely risen challah, or challah, or challah, or whatever you want to call it. Milk and egg. It's like a brioche dough. It's one of my favourites for doing a plaited loaf, and I've never done a 5-strand before, so why not do one in front of the cameras? Because basically, when it doesn't turn out, you don't post the video. Okay. You see where this is? This is in the bowl. So if you don't have to transfer it if you don't need to, if you've got a second bowl, just leave it in the bowl to rise and then get it out of the bowl. That's a milky, eggy brioche will take quite a bit longer for the first proof than a standard bread, and so this has actually been over 2 hours. It's probably been nearer 3, and this one is not the Thermomix one. It's one from the chap Morton. I'll post up the recipe if it turns out nicely. Most of his do. It's got 100 grams of sourdough starter in it, so it should definitely have a bit more complexity than a standard milk bread. That's for sure. You might be saying, well, she's making a bit of a meal of that. And normally, what I would have done was to knock it back in the machine. But if I haven't done that, and that's what will happen if you haven't. In fact, what I'm going to do now is actually with the turbo. Can you see what's left? I'm just going to go over to the turbo and do it a couple of times, and it will spring off the edges. Okay, so now we're in a position where after 2 seconds, on turbo, one lot of 2 seconds, the remaining dough was thrown to the sides. Got that off, got some digital scales and divided the mixture into roughly 5 pieces. It's about 180 grams each thread. So we're going to basically try and expand it and roll it. It's very elastic, this dough, so it's almost like as soon as you roll it out, it wants to revert to middle again. So if yours isn't stretchy, it's probably not the right texture. So it shouldn't be messy. It shouldn't be difficult to roll at all. Once you've done that one, you can put it there. It'll have to be rolled again. You've got to be quite firm with it. I don't know if you ever did. I don't know if you've got any daughters and you did plaits in their hair, but I'm sure you didn't faff around doing a 5-plait one. But I know when it was dance things and over here in the dance festival, I used to get roped in. This is going to be a rope. I used to get roped in to do hundreds of heads. Well, a bit of an exaggeration, but head after head of plait. So I did a fairly good plait, and that's kept me in good stead for this bread. Can you see that? No sooner do I stretch it than it shrinks back again. It's a bit of a pain, but there we go. We'll bear with it. It's bread. It doesn't have to be completely the same the whole way. We're going to be able to stretch it up there. It's very stretchy. It looks a nice texture. So this mixture has got it's It's a very rich version of the one in the Thermomix, which just is basically just a milk bread. This is a brioche, really, because it's got egg in it. And that egg makes it a lovely enriched bread. I don't think I did my measuring very well, because I'd say this is a lot bigger. Anyway, we're here for a bit of a laugh in terms of, will this 5 work out? Now, in the book, he says it's dead simple, this one, says he. So we're going to get them all linked at the top, and we're going to number them. And we're going to number them from this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in the book, he said it's to, you take strand 5 and you pass it over strand 3, and then you take strand 1 and you pass it over strand 3. And that's all you do. And as you pass them over, we still keep this 1, 2, 3. So whatever is in this position, this doesn't stay 1. Whatever's here is 1. So we take strand 5 and we pass it over strand 3, and we take strand 1 and we pass it over strand 3. So we take strand 5 and we pass it over strand 3, which is this one. So we're always doing it to the middle. And we take strand 1 and we pass it over strand 3. And we take strand 5 and we pass it over strand 3. And we take strand 1 and we pass it over strand 3. We take strand 5 and we pass it over strand 3. And we take strand 1 and we pass it over strand 3. We take strand 5, we pass it over strand 3. We take strand 1, we pass it over strand 3. We take strand 5, we pass it over strand 3. Take strand 1, we pass it over strand 3. Take strand 5 over 3. 1 over 3, and now you're into it. 5 over 3, 1 over 3, 5 over 3, 1 over 3, 5 over 3, 1 over 3, 5 over 3, and then tuck in the bottom. Now, when we started off, we didn't start off so tight, so what we'll do up here is try and make amends, but maybe not successfully. So this is really, so it's a kind, actually it looks like a girl's plait because it's fat at the head end and skinny at the bottom. Anyway, going to pop that onto the oven, leave it to proof for another hour on a tray, and then I will show you what it's like. Okay, so we're back. This 5-stranded plait has been under in the big plastic bag, giving it a second proof, and we're ready to take it out. Give it a little bit of egg white and a few chai seeds, and then it will be ready for baking. So remember, I like these big plastic bags. If you were doing it, say in a bowl, remember that shower caps are a really handy one. If you haven't got any of these big plastic bags, obviously give it enough room to raise it. And all we're going to do now is give it a bit of a brush. You could put poppy seeds in. You could put just salt it if you want. Sesame seeds, poppy seeds. Just for a little change, I've done some chai seeds. And as we said before the break, this is a lot nicer at the bottom skinny end than it is at the top, but it will taste the same, so it'll be absolutely fine. You can do a full egg wash, which is the egg yolk and a bit of milk, or as I used an egg yolk, one extra egg yolk in this recipe, so I had a leftover egg white, and so rather just use that up. It just won't be as brown a finish as the egg yolk would have given it. So I'm just going to pop it in. It can go into a 200 oven, 200, 210. I'm going to pop it into the bottom aga, and then I might even just give it at the end 5 minutes in a 230 in the roasting aga. So okay, it's pretty. We'll see you later when it's all done. Okay, so 30 minutes later, it's out of the oven, and it's always a very lovely loaf to serve. Really easy, and I'll certainly do the 5 again. It's very, yeah, just as easy as the 3. And as I say, the fact that it's a little bit fatter at this end than at this end doesn't really matter. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and try it, give it a try, and if you do, please let me know how you get on. See you soon. Bye.